sincerely apologize for that that person that just interrupted a live video. Look at that beautiful manifesto from Mr. Towadi Joseph, who assured us and promised that he will give his 110% if he's been elected as secretary. So without wasting much time, we are going straight to the last nominated candidate, Mr. Bamo Desmond.
FBGA. My name is Bamo Desmond. I was nominated with other colleagues here for the post of the secretary. The post of secretary is a call key in an organization or an association. And I believe that if I'm being elected as the secretary of the association, it involves timely efforts, pressure sometimes, but then I'm very capable of that. I can set up my skills and experience in which I've done in other organizations and associations, which I know very well that it will be a core value, to be very important to the association. Not only that, I can work under pressure. And working under pressure, it brings more of my ability to work. I don't have much to say, but if you see me as someone who will represent you, then I'm very okay. I'm very sure that I will represent you very well. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. Viewers, I hope you are watching and I think your minds are already made up, but it's quite unfortunate that the power to appoint a new secretary doesn't rest on you, it rests on with the jury. So, but I just pray that the Almighty God should guide us to make a very good decision here today. The winner is going to be announced here today because we don't have to wait till August 1st, which is the day of our next meeting. We announce the winner today, and the swearing in will be on our next meeting. And this comes with some packages. Whoever wins or whoever is being appointed as secretary here today, we have the secretary tag free of charge, and we own the first ever ID card produced for FBGA members by the association, free of charge. So this comes with a package and some new ledgers to resume work fully, and from the vice president, of course. So just buckle up now. We are giving room for Anne Agada, who is one of the juries, to ask one question, and each question she asks, the three candidates will answer. Any question you are directing to all of them. So you ask your question now. Ask just one question. Okay, ask two questions. Go closer.
They're very clear.
So I'm directing these questions to all of you, like Mr. President said. When you hear the word secretary, what comes to your mind at first? I mean, who is a secretary? You cannot become what you don't know. So who is a secretary?
All right. You all heard it from Miss Anne Agada, the auditor general of the association. She just asked that when you hear the name secretary, what comes to your mind? She directed that question to the candidate. So the question is forwarded to them. So who is a secretary? Mr. August Breezy, you are first.
Okay. A secretary in an organization, as you said, is a very important person who is in charge of mostly all the documents, who sets up a meeting as directed by the president, and most of the times the minutes, if at all. There is also a minute secretary in some organizations, and the process whereby we don't have like many admins. The general secretary too can be acting as the minutes secretary, can be keeping the minutes. So the secretary in general is mostly involved in the keeping of the documents in an organization.
Let me make one thing clear. We have insufficient time here, so whenever you are being called upon to, present your speech or answer a question, you go straight to the point and answer the question in order not to waste our time, because time is precious. So we are going straight to Mr. Tuwadi Joseph to, tell us who a secretary is.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And the auditor, thank you for that wonderful question. Yeah, a secretary to me is a memory of every association. Like a computer, you have the memory of a computer, it keeps all the records there. Anytime you want to access a document or your records, go there and fetch them out. So a secretary is just like a memory of every association. Thank you.
Wow. All right, without wasting much time, Mr. Bamun Desmond.
Thank you, Mr. President. To me, a secretary is a third-man person apart from the president and the deputy. Is the secretary. He is in possession of the equipment of the organization, such as recording and managing all documentaries of the organization. Thank you.
Wow. FBGA in unity their strength. So, Agada, it seems as if you'll be required to ask a second question, or second and final question the night before we give room to the vice president to ask one question while the president asks no question. So, proceed.
Okay, the last question. What do you think makes you better than the other contestants? What striking potential do you think you have as an edge over your other contestants?
Wow. I beg, face me that camera, I beg. Viewers, if we tell you to go to school now, you'll be saying school na scam. This particular lady here is a graduate from mass communication. She's currently doing her masters. That question, and these are the kind of questions that we call I don't know the kind of nomenclature that I want to use to describe such such relation. Like, what a conundrum. But in order not to bamboozle you with so many English, because I myself am so confused right now, I will have to start from Mr. Bamun Desmond. He should quickly answer. What was the question again, man?
What striking potential?
Oh, what striking potential? What differentiates you from the other candidate? What gives you an edge to your competitors?
Thank you for that question. To me, I take it in two forms: my skills and experience. My skills now, I've worked in a little bit two or more organizations or associations, and I believe that with people seeing this and other persons here who believe with me that, or that would have been with me in that organization, will know that yes, Desmond has worked out. I'm talking about the experience. I worked under pressure. I love working under pressure. It shows the ability. It brings out more ability of me working. And as a secretary now, sometimes you are being pressured to do something. And as a skilled person, if I'm given the post of the secretary now, I will use my skills in which I've done numerous organizations and where I've known that yes, this worked out in organization, I will implement it into this organization and know that yes, everything is very possible and it's worked out. Thank you.
Wow. All right, we are now going to Mr. August Breezy to give us your attributes that differentiate you from your competitors.
Okay, like the question she asked, what makes you a better person between like I am August Breezy and I was created by God. No human being was created equal, and the talent and the gift in which God gave me is very different from Bamun Desmond and I can adapt to any environment under any circumstances. I've never worked as a secretary before, yes, but then I'm a fast learner and I know what a secretary is all about. So I'm very sure with that I can give this organization the best.
All right, we are now going to the Welfare Committee Chairman, Mr. Towade Joseph, and also our freshman of the year to,
Thanks, FBGA.
in their strength.
Yes, this post of secretaryship is not something new to me. As a matter of fact, I started acting in that capacity since I was a child. And right now in my church, I'm the church secretary, so it's not a new thing to me. So that is why I believe so much that I have an edge over my counterparts. Secondly, I believe that God chooses, blesses, qualifies those He chooses. He doesn't choose those who qualify. Thank you.
Wow. All right. There's room for one more question, and going to the Vice President, one of the founding fathers of FBGA, Mr. Bute Terry Joseph.
FBGA.
In unity, there is strength.
Mr. Prince, I have a question for you.
Just in particular?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not just for him, but for all of them. Also, but this one is for him. So you said you haven't been a secretary before. So what do you think that you have that will make you a good secretary, or do you think that you can be a good secretary for us? That one is for you, but for this one is generally for you. What do you guys think that you guys have more than the past secretary? And what do you guys think that you can? What do you guys think you can improve FBGA?
All right. August Breezy, I think you'll go first because they asked two questions. The first was for me in particular, and the second question was for everybody.
Okay. If I have not forgotten, I've done a part-time secretary work for this organization before. When the secretary was not around, I was the acting secretary, and I don't think my work was bad. So with that, I think and I will be a good secretary.
Let me quickly chip in. I think let me interpret this question. I think what the Vice President was trying to ask is Mr. Tamin Teso, who just resigned as who just resigned as our secretary, was not too committed, but though he worked hard, let me say, behind the scene to ensure the smooth running of the association. So the question was asked that how can you improve from where he stopped, or how can you change the office of the secretary? How much of impact are you willing to bring? What are the changes? What are the new things you are willing to bring to sweeten and make it more, let me say what? Yes, it's for everybody now. It's for everybody. He answered the first one, yes, I know. So this one I'm interpreting it to the three of them. So you go first.
Okay, like the former secretary, he hardly attend our meetings, and if I've not forgotten, I've never seen him as in this meeting done the work of a secretary before. So I'm telling you people and the masses that if I'm not going to be the first, like as usual, I'm going to be the second, and I promise you guys that I'll always be in attendance with you guys and to support this great organization in whichever way I can.
All right. So thank you. Mr. Tuwade Joseph, the time is now. I guess the juries are getting ready to write the names of their choice. Get down paper and pen. After this, Mr. Tuwade and Bamun have answered the question asked by the Vice President. We'll quickly go down and write the names, and then shortly the new secretary will be announced. So proceed.
FBGA.
Treat them with freshness.
Yes. Mr. Vice President, sir, I also thank you for your question. It's a very good one. Yes, as a person, I believe in hard work. There is a theory in my philosophy. I say talent, hard work can beat talent if talent is not hardworking. At this one. Since I joined this association, I believe so much that it's just once that I've missed a meeting. So I believe that if I am made the president of this association, I'll always be around to support the secretary. I'm sorry, sir. Yes, if I'm made the secretary of this association, I'll always be there. Yes, and I will personally serve as a voluntary advisor to the president. And anybody who needs my assistance or advice from me, I am good at that. I'm good at giving advices. So it's right from anybody will say it's born out with.
All right. So, Mr. Tuwade, thank you for that one. Nice one. And our last speaker of the day, Mr. Bamon Desmond. The floor is open for you.
Thank you, Vice President, for the question. Now, to me, I believe that the former secretary, soon to be former secretary, he don't attend meeting and we're having issues of incomplete records, both from the finance and from the meeting. And as a one thing to me, I believe in teamship. I don't work alone. So working with other persons now, I believe that even if I've mistaken something, and I've worked as the senior special advisor to the president, and I've brought a lot. Though our title now, ours in the SAC, and as a senior special advisor, we believe that teamwork is a core key to an organization. Without a teamwork, there won't be unity, there won't be nothing. But as a teamwork now, I'll work with everyone, and as such, I will handle criticism. I know very well that this post is not a childish post or a post whereby you come and go. It's a post whereby you handle a lot. But then I believe that with everything and with your trust to me, I believe I'll be capable to do everything. Thank you.
So, all right. Viewers, this was a wonderful one, beautiful manifestos and good questions with answers. I believe that you guys watching there and we that are watching, we are already convinced that every one of them here is capable to be the next secretary of the association. And let me quickly remind you that this post is by appointment, so it has no duration. Unlike other official posts in this group, there are just 3 posts here that are not on tenure: the president, vice president, and the secretary. So whoever is being appointed here can either be removed or resign. There's no duration and there's no tenure. So I will quickly go down to the juries there, and each of us is going to bring a name, and I'm going to tally the votes. So in the next 3 minutes, we'll have a new secretary. So stay tuned, and God bless. Don't go anywhere.
Oh. Only me Fanta now. Beautiful. Bo po ya no bana mo.
Aye.
Omo, first they choke what to the online here.
All right, and we are back. The decision has been made. The die has been cast, and it's time for us to review the next secretary of the association. The first ballot in my hand here has 2 votes, which is the other side is from the. Let me not say it. The first ballot here is voting for Bamon Desmond. Clap for him. That's one vote for Bamon Desmond. The second ballot here is also carrying Bamon Desmond. And the last ballot is still carrying Bamon Desmond. Congratulations to Mr. Bamon Desmond and the new secretary of the association. Son of bless you, sir. Congratulations, sir. Thank you. Sir, sorry, I didn't vote. I was not the one that voted. So in case you are looking at me like somebody that voted, this was a free and fair, open ballot system. So there's no go come. So the votes are there. If you want, you can look at it by yourself. So and Mr. Breezy, congratulations. Congratulations. All right. Okay. Viewers, that's just it for the emergence of the secretary, Mr. Bamon Desmond, has unanimously emerged as the consensus candidate and winner of the debate. He was able to convince the minds of the jury, Ms. Anne Agada, I myself, and the vice president of the association, and he scored 100% of the vote casted. So this is, I believe that we didn't make the wrong choice because we were all convinced. Because if we had a split decision, I would have said that some people made the wrong decision, while some people made. But all the three candidates were more qualified. That's why they nominated them, and they were capable. But it's just that they saw that Mr. Bamon Desmond can offer a lot better than the rest of them. So it's still a win situation for them because Mr. Breezy here is still the king of FBGA, Mr. Photogenic, and then Mr. Towadedia is the welfare committee chairman. So all of them will still be working hand in hand with my special advisor and the new secretary of the association. So thank you for your time, and the swelling is on the 1st of August. That's the day of our next meeting. So shortly we'll kickstart our cooking contest. The judges are in the building. The coolers are here. So it's just a chop thing for all of us here today. And for you that is not here, you wait for next season. And you're going to miss a lot because I heard that there's Kobe here. You see Calamoris, Alumot, and Mbojunwa in this cooler here. So why can't you just participate in the next season's cooking contest? So thank you for watching and God bless.
If I chop that one, they will miss.
I mean,